Today we're going to demonstrate this stainless steel forklift attachment that's designed for lifting and tipping drums. The unit's adjustable, the band size is adjustable, so we can handle 200 litre steel drums, so your typical drums like these, but also plastic, fibreboard and smaller drums down to around 50 litres. We've got our band assembly open, so the front doors are open, and we'll bring the forklift in and secure around the belly of the drum. Once the band's fully around the drum, we come around the front, we take our ring here, pass it around the front and hook it on. We then have a ratchet here, so we open the ratchet, we want to pull through any slack, so get any slack out of the strap and then tighten it. And stow it away. And then we have a rim clamp here. So the rim clamp is this vertical part that grips onto the lip of the drum and provides some vertical support as well. So we hold this with one hand and lift it up so it fits beneath the lip, and then we hook it over the top and spin down our wing nut there. So we've got the belly band and the rim clamp. We'll then lift it up and move it towards our vessel. We'll bring it up just so it touches the vessel. So we come out here, just look, we're lined up with our vessel, and then on this side I've got a rotation handle. So I'll begin to turn and rotate the drum to empty the contents. Once we're emptied, rotate back to the vertical. We've got a self-locking gearbox, so if we're only tipping part of the drum, if at any point we stop rotating, the drum will stay locked in position. To release our drum, we do the reverse of the securing method. So we come to our rim clamp, hold the bottom and release the top section and lift it clear. And we come around the front and we open our strap until it clicks, take off the slack and open up our bands. We come out and move the drum, get rid of the empty one, and then go get another one. We've got a band around this Mauser full of water. Hook our strap on, and again just pulling out any slack before tightening the ratchet. We don't need to over tighten it, hand tight sign. We come around here, rim clamp. Rim clamp's adjustable in height, so if we need to raise or lower it, we've got a pin here which we'll show you a close up of. But for this one we're fitting in nicely. We need to loosen off our top clamp slightly, to spin the wing nut until we can bring it over the top. Spin it down. tighten it like so. So band secure, rim clamp secure, ready to tip this drum. We'll bring it up just so we touch against the vessel, and then again rotate our handle. Any point I can let go of the handle, the drum main's locked in position. We'll continue rotating. Once we're happy, rotate back to a vertical. Okay. To release our drum, take off our rim clamp. Rim clamp's clear, and then the strap at the front. Strap's clear, open our doors, then we can just pull the drum out. We'll now show you a close-up of the band and all the features of the unit. This forklift attachment is secured to the forklift using these chains on either side. The far one's already secure, and we'll demonstrate how to secure this one. So we take the long chain, we take the loose end, and we pass it around the fork. We then pull any slack, and we take our clip here, and fasten it on like so. So now, if for any reason we're moving at high speed, the entire unit is secured to the forklift. This is a close-up of the securing method. So once we've driven up to our drum, we close our doors around the front. We take the triangular ring with a strap and pass it around the front. We hook it onto this side. We then want to pull out any slack, so we take our slack end of strap and pull it so that this strap is nice and tight with no slack in it here. We then open our ratchet by pulling this lever here to unlock it. And while holding the loose end, we tighten the handle. We don't need to over tighten it, so just as this plastic drum just starts to deform, that's plenty. And to stow the handle, pulling that lever and closing it all the way so it's in the stowed position. We can then let go of the loose end. I'll swap sides. I'll show you the rim clamp. So this rim clamp here supports the drum in the vertical. And we have a pin here which allows us to adjust it in height. So if I wanted to make this lower, I'd hold the pin, remove the locking clip here. I'd then hold the rim clamp to take the weight and remove the pin. You can see the series of holes here. We can lower it down, so for a short drum, we'll place it somewhere down there. And you can see this is going to be level with the lid of our short drum. But because of this drum, the lid's all the way up here. I'm going to take the pin out once again, move it up until it meets the top lip, like so, and then put it in the next hole. It's normal for it to lower down slightly. We've got a slot here to allow some movement. Once we set our height, take our R-clip and lock that in place. The rim clamp's ready to go. To secure the rim clamp, we hold it with one hand and lift it up. We take the top hat over the top, so we're gripping onto the edge, and then we spin down the wing nut. Again, just hand tight's fine, so our strap's secure and our rim clamp's secure. Once we're done with both and we've tipped our drum, we do the opposite, so we release the rim clamp first and then the strap around the belly of the drum. We're now looking at this smaller drum in the band assembly, and you can see here the band's much too big for this drum in its current form. Using the sliding mechanism of a forklift, the unit has these built-in sliders that allow us to collapse the size and make this band much smaller. The first thing that we do is we slide the forks closer to one another. We now need to adjust the band diameter to suit the smaller drum. This drum's empty just for demonstration purposes, so I'll take the drum out a second. And we can see the shape of our band. And you can see it's not very round here. So as we brought the arms together, we've got too much band showing. Now this unique assembly, the band can actually overlap to make itself smaller. So I'll show you this now. We've got a series of holes here that allow us to position one side of the band and connect in. And our first step is to remove these two locking pins. So we'll take out the top locking pin and take out the bottom locking pin. We've got our two locking pins there. I'll just put them to one side. Now the band's disconnected, we can actually separate it in this middle point. So we hold one side, hold the other, and pull them apart. You can see the band splits into two. We now take this part with the pins here and line it up with one of the other pins. So in this case, I'm going to come down to this smallest size. The pins slot through and overlap. So you can see here we have this extra bit of band that isn't needed, and we have our new position here. And you can see the shape of the band is much more round to suit the drum we're handling. So we take our two locking pins, I'm going to lock the band in place. It's important we do this every time. So first pin and second pin. So now the band's one complete piece again, but we've got that better shape. So I'll bring in our empty drum here as an example, position it within the band, and you can see here it's following the contour of this smaller drum. This whole assembly is designed to suit drums from 350 millimetres in diameter up to 600 millimetres in diameter. That's around 50 litres to 220 litres drums. So we'll now take our strap, pass it around the front of this small drum. You can see the strap's longer than it needs to be because our band's reduced in size. So this is where we need to pull through the slack, pull the slack, take all the slack out, and then tension around the small drum. Come around the other side. The rim clamp, I've already reduced this in height for this shorter drum. Lift it up and secure it. We're now ready to lift and tip this small drum.